A few months back, I was requested to draw a unique idea for a Bec de Corbin. A tall order, but I agreed to draw it anyway. So, let's see how it turns out. First thing we need to do is shape out the Bec de Corbin with a really long rectangle. Then we move on to the point, which needs to be longer than its usual feather-like shape. After that's done, we move down to the socket. Give it a triangular shape matching the point above. And now we can move on to the beak. Now for this, I didn't want it to look like some typical long, curved blade, so I figured why not make it look more like a bird's head? I mean, the translation for Bec de Corbin is crow's beak. Or raven's beak, I'm not sure. But that aside, let's trace over this beak and see how it looks on the other side. Huh, not bad. Really mirrors off each other. Now we trail down from the socket and draw in a handle with a guard, which I think is what was meant for an open circle handle, I'm not sure. But I think it looks pretty good so far. But moving on, let's work on refining this weapon's image. Nothing complicated, but I do want it to stand out more from its previous look, especially more towards the beak area. For some reason, I ended up adding whiskers to the face, but it became clear to me later on. And again, it led to us tracing over the beak, but that shouldn't be a problem. But now we've reached the more crucial part, which is adding a water/ice feel to the mix. But not before we add a little more detail towards the handle, of course. Now, as for the elements, I figured they should loop around the shaft of the Bec de Corbin and meet up at the beaks, with the ice element covered in spikes poking out in all directions, whereas the water element is just covered in curves going in and out. And naturally, it makes sense to have the beaks looking the exact same way. And with all that, everything is finished. I'd say it's a pretty good piece, wouldn't you agree? So, subscribe and comment your own weapon idea down below. You might just see it come to life here on this channel, kinda like how